Hello YouTubers, and welcome to another episode. Now you might have seen the title to this and thought, what's this all about, the O-scale trains? Well, I'm going to shift gears a little bit on this video, and I'm going to cover something a little bit different. Now I don't just intend to cover retro video games on this, I want to cover other things too that I think are fun, like board games and card games, and of course a lot of retro video games too. That's mostly what you're going to see. But today, I want to cover something that's been a part of my life since I've been 3 years old, and that's model trains. I've always had a love of model trains, and even growing up, I still do. Now, I don't have an entire room where I can dedicate to setting up a big train layout, so I compromised and I have a shelf going around one room, and it's a pretty good size room. It's about 14 feet by 12 feet, so it's a decent size. Now it is a work in progress, as you'll see, but I just want to show you what I've done and maybe document any changes I do to this in the future. So I hope you enjoy. I welcome your comments. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, with no further ado, here's my O-scale model train shelf.
Alright, well, this whole shelf started with an idea that I really wanted a trestle bridge. So I guess the whole shelf really started being built around that idea. So essentially there I have one break in the shelf that is spanned by a metal trestle bridge, and I did build that myself at work. I work as a fabricator, so I had the opportunity to just kind of work on it a bit in my spare time. And as you can see, I painted it up, and I mean, it's obviously not an exact replica of a real trestle bridge, but I think that's the fun of O-scale, is that it is not perfectly to scale. It's kind of hokey in some of its sizes, and I think that's what really makes O-scale real fun. So when I started this off, I only had one line of track going around it, and that was fun for a while, but then I got to thinking, how fun would it be to have two lines of track going around the room? So I added another line, and of course that is twice as fun. It's pretty cool to see both trains going around the room. It looks like they're going to hit each other, but of course they just pass each other. So yeah, that's the trestle bridge. That's probably the highlight of my O-scale shelf. Let's move on to another area. Not far from that trestle bridge, I've created kind of a little town, I guess. A few little shops and cars, and of course you've got to have a railroad crossing. So they're just they're images that I printed out and affixed onto styrofoam to kind of give it a bit of a 3D feel. And I think the overall effect is probably pretty nice. This is really kind of a work in progress, I guess. I've got some ballast down on the tracks, but not the whole way around the room yet. I have 3 out of 4 walls painted, and they may be subject to change in the future. Now, I can't figure out how to make that railroad crossing span both tracks, so unfortunately only one train can trigger it off. I guess only one side of the track is important. I'm sure I'll figure out how to do that, but for now, that's as far as I've gotten on that. I'm really just kind of learning this stuff as I go. I mean, properly setting up all of the signals and the activators and whatnot. So yeah, I'm still learning. All right, let's move on. This here is the corner of the room, and I think it's pretty cool because it looks like I have a big boy sitting in the corner. Now, to anyone that knows the cost of a decent O-scale big boy, you're looking at, anywhere from $1,000 to $2,500. So that is just a printout on a cardboard backing, or styrofoam backing, I guess. It does look real at first glance. I mean, if you get up close enough, you can see that there's not a real train sitting there, but the overall effect of it is still pretty cool. And all the backgrounds are just painted with acrylic. I'm not the greatest painter, but you know, that's the fun of O-scale. It doesn't have to be perfect. The important thing is I just got up there with my brushes and just started painting until I got something that, you know, I like the overall appearance of. So this right here is the corner on the opposite side that I just showed you, where that big boy mock-up was. This I just put in very recently. The tunnel is probably the crown jewel of this corner. It's just all made out of that pink insulation stuff. You know, you can buy at the store. Cut out the pieces and burn them up. Made it look kind of like stone, painted it, and of course the top of the tunnel is just that plaster paper that you can get at any hobby store. And I spent a lot of time painting it up. I think it looks nice in the corner with that. There's a roundhouse there behind it. It all ties together pretty cool, I think. And I've still got ballast on this side. The whole side of this wall here is supposed to look like a railroad yard. You can't see it here, but I've got a little junkyard. See if I can get that in the picture too. This, of course, is the other side of that tunnel. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with this. I wanted to put a big farm here, was kind of my idea for it, but so far I've got kind of a rock wall up, and I've got I guess a little barn. And as you can see, that's pretty much where the painting ends, right there. So I'd be happy to hear any suggestions or thoughts about what I've done so far. I've still got to finish an entire other wall. As you can see, it's just empty up there. So I don't know, I'm thinking about a neighborhood or something like that. Might look kind of cool. So yeah, that's it. That's my O-scale shelf unit. Let me know what you think. Take care for now.